Neo-Nazis decided to attack these. This is a gang, right? Put up the picture full of mask. They decided to attack a mixed race family in Texas. Authorities are investigating a racially charged fight in Texas between a neo-Nazi prison gang and a mixed race family. The Texas Observer reported that on June 22nd, the family and friends were tubing for a birthday celebration on the San Marcos River. This was in Martindale when they were attacked. Footage shows black and white individuals brawling in the river with punches and shove.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
In the moments leading up to the attack, the neo-Nazi group, the thugs, the gangsters, started harassing and quarreling with the family, according to a witness. Someone was heard calling a biracial teenager using a rope swing at the river Tarzan. A verbal argument ensued between the neo-Nazi group and the family. One family member put their hands up to try and calm the situation, but someone ran into her and shoved her into the water, starting the melee. In the chaos, someone was reportedly heard shouting, "White power!" In a now deleted Reddit post, one victim described how the members of the neo-Nazi gang had swastika tattoos and other Nazi symbols on their bodies. The victims told the Observer that one person suffered a concussion, facial swelling, and a bruised retina, resulting in partial vision loss, and another received a bruised eye during the fight. Despite numerous people being involved in the attack, police arrested only one individual who was part of the gang. He was charged with a misdemeanor assault, causing bodily injury that was classified in the police report as a gang-related crime motivated by anti-multiracial group bias. Hate crime aggravator should have been applied or should be applied. By analyzing eyewitness video and comparing images to photos and videos on social media, the Observer identified 5 of the 8 people who were seen attacking the family and instigating the fight as confirmed members or supporters of the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, also known as ABT. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, ABT was founded in the early 1980s, and it is an unrelated offshoot of the racist prison gang Aryan Brotherhood. The group is a statewide crime syndicate that's reported to be one of the deadliest in Texas, with members in state prisons and on the streets. So most of the people the Observer identified in their report have criminal backgrounds and have been jailed for assault, burglary, and drug offenses. 3 of them are pictured together on social media wearing motorcycle vests with ABT patches that depict neo-Nazi designs, like the 1488 emblem. If you see that, you know what it is, which is a common white supremacy numeric symbol. After the incident at the San Marcos River, the owners of the business that rented out tubing decried the fight in a Facebook post and shared that they have now banned the instigators for life. Quote, "We had no idea that these kinds of people were going to be a problem. We just help them like we do all our customers." The post states, "Our hearts go out to anyone who is negatively impacted by this awful incident. We stand behind those seeking justice. As far as we are concerned, the perpetrators need to be removed from Texas. Unfortunately, bad people still exist in 2024. One of the people seen in the video throwing a punch wrote on Facebook that the owner is a liar, and then he later deleted that, and he misspelled liar. Okay, one victim told the Observer they're afraid to return to the river and would discourage anyone else from going. Quote, "These men and women are present in our everyday lives, and we're so emboldened by lack of accountability that they initiated a violent attack on women and multiracial individuals in broad daylight because they thought they could cover their hateful tattoos and walk away and go back to their regular lives without consequences." You know, kind of like Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. One victim said, "And that should never be able to happen for the safety of everyone, the protection of our communities, and justice for my family and friends. Local prosecutors stated they're still investigating the incident and more charges are possible depending on the evidence law enforcement gathers. I will say this, the police cut all of them a break by arresting only one. They got significant criminal backgrounds, okay? I would imagine some of them are probably still on probation or parole for some said offense. And they charge the person with a misdemeanor. And leadership of the police department has come out and basically fixed it and say, well, charges, more charges may actually come. Well, they should have been filed that day. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, Francesca, thoughts here.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they're gonna come, those charges are gonna come or not. I just think it's incredible that the Aryan Brotherhood exists, just is around. Texas officials know who they are, and police officers know who they are. Maybe there's some members within Texas PD or sheriff's departments. Look, I don't know that for a fact, but we know the crossover between white supremacist groups and law enforcement. Sadly, there's far too much of it. Here's my thing. I don't believe in locking everybody up. If you've committed crime, like what you're seeing right now, yes, you cannot instigate fights. You cannot brutalize people. But my real thing is, this is the kind of extremism that a Trump presidency, as you mentioned, absolutely emboldens. This is the kind of, who's actually, is the FBI on these guys? And how are they on them? Are they on them to really set them up in some weird sting operation and then lock them up forever? I don't think that's the way to go. I think we need real education. I do think we need critical race theory. Hell yeah, in elementary schools. We need people to understand that going to hate groups, that this is not a way out, that your problems are not gonna be solved by hating on other groups of people, right? Learning their history about the melting pot, the fruit salad, however you want to think about this incredible nation of immigrants that we have, and people who are obviously brought here not as immigrants, not willing, and yet we persist and we move on. So again, it's just it grosses me out. It's just incredible to me that these white nationalist groups just kind of exist, operate, and yet what are we doing to actually undermine and uproot them?
Well said. Some years ago, and I encourage people to read it if they have the time. Some years ago, the Department of Justice released a research summary about the greatest threat to domestic law enforcement. What's the greatest threat? Not Black Lives Matter, but white supremacists infiltrating, becoming police officers. That was years ago.